Hi everybody, I'm Trin Johnson and welcome to Dust in My Eye. Today I am using the Renesans masking powder again, and I've been playing around with it and I found some really cool ways of using it. And our subject matter today is a waterfall, so it should be kind of fun. So I hope you'll join me. So I have drawn in my waterfall. This waterfall is Snoqualmie Falls in Washington State. I took this picture back in 2015. We were out there, and I think I've painted it once before, but I'm going to do it again. So I'm using the Renesans masking powder, and I think it's a little tricky to work with, so I've been working on different ways of working with it. What's interesting is you put it on dry, and then you paint over it, and it's a masking powder, and then so you don't have to wait for it to dry, and then you paint over it, and then you erase it with a regular eraser. So the tricky part is trying to figure out where you've actually put it and how much you've put down, and how to get it in a very specific area. So what I have found is if I put it on with a Q-tip, that seems to work really well. I'm going to get my hands on some makeup applicators, because I think that would really work well too. But I don't have any currently. They'd be a little more specific. So I'm going to work with what I have, and I have a Q-tip or a cotton swab, and I'm just going to dip it in there, and I have it all drawn on here, my my picture, and I am just going to put it where I want it masked. And now it helps if you have it drawn already, because drawing it gives you an outline, and the outline is what I'm going to use to make it real specific. Now, it doesn't have to be really specific on a waterfall in very many places. So I'm not going to really worry about some of the places, but up here at the top, I want it where I want it. So I'm going over top of my pencil line to get it everywhere right now, kind of over everything that I want masked. And then I'm going to come back in here with an eraser, and I'm going to erase the parts around the edges, and then I only have it where I want it. Now down here on this part of the waterfall, I'm not as worried. It doesn't have to be perfection. Part of my problem before is the overspray of it. Like you can see, it just floofs, and that would go in places I didn't really want it. And this method allows me to come back in and erase the broader area around where I'm putting it. So like I can erase all in here and in there. I'll show you. Just a minute. I'm going to get the rest of it down. Now, there are these little houses up here that I want to mask right now also. So that's enough of that. I think I got it all. Blow off the rest of it. Now, up here, I'm going to come in and just erase right around the areas that I want it erased around, that I want to have. Having one of these little erasers like this really helps a lot. I have an even tinier one. I think it's called a mono. But at the moment, I cannot put my hands on it. So, but I have this one, works pretty well too. It's pretty small. And I can erase out along the edges. And now I'm going to go a little bit bigger just to make sure I don't have it off over at the sides. Honestly, it doesn't really matter much over here. So you're kind of working backwards in a way. And then I've got this really big paintbrush. It's for stenciling. Don't have to deal with too much eraser frizzles. Okay, so let's get started with the paint. And I'm just going to paint quietly here. And if I have something I think you really need to know, I will speak up and tell you. Okay, I am going to let this dry. I might aid it with a hair dryer at some point. I'm going to let it dry a little bit first, and then I will be back. It has to be bone dry before you take the masking powder off. If you try and do it when it's wet at all, it kind of messes up the paper. So I'm going to give it a try and see. Just start up here where the little houses are. Okay. I think I got it off. We will know. As soon as we put paint down, whether it sticks or not. So. Now, up until this point, I have not used any white at all, but the paper is once again Arches or Arche, and it's not a bright white paper. So I'm never going to get the whites that I want from paper that's not white to begin with. But it was the right size and shape for what I wanted. So I'm going to just come in here with a little bit of white gouache. If you got anything out of this video, please hit the like button. That helps me a lot. And if you want to see more of my videos, hit the subscribe button. And if you want to be notified of future videos, hit the cute little bell. That helps me a lot. And if you would like to help me keep producing videos on this channel, you can always buy me a cup of coffee. The link is in the description. Okay, it is not an exact replica, but I'm okay with that. Never my intention. You never know. I might come back tomorrow and fiddle around with it a little bit more. That's how these things work. I'll get this tape off and we'll get a good look at it. Always changes everything, doesn't it? So on closer inspection of my photo reference, I realized that what I thought was a dock, which when I started to think about it, made absolutely no sense because it would be very dangerous. It was actually, it's like a road or something. It's much bigger, and it's something that looks like it comes down more on an angle to that area. So I'm just going to use my magic eraser, and I'm going to do some lifting, and I'm just going to rework this area a little bit to reflect what I now realize is over there. This magic erasers work really nicely for this. So I'm going to get less specific is what I'm going to do, because it was really I didn't want to give the impression that you could fall in the water from there, like your dog be walking along and boom. So I thought I would just fix this. So it looks like from another picture that I have that it's a little larger area. Like there's cars and trucks on it that are very, very tiny comparatively. And that's what I'm trying to get the impression of. Would have been nice if I'd figured this out just a little earlier. That would have been. Still very dark under there. Okay. Okay, I think that is close enough to what I am trying to do. If you would like to, please check out my Etsy shop where I have prints of my artwork along with some originals and my cute little monsters for sale. And as usual, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate your being here.